All right, everybody. Black is here. And I got a little automotive story to tell you about something that happened to me this week. But I'm also going to include something that happened a few weeks ago. Let's start off with something that happened a few weeks ago. A person, I'm not going to say what kind of car either of these people have. I really want to, but I don't, because they may watch my videos and people get angry when I talk about them in my videos. But if I don't tell you what kind of car, it takes away from the story. So forget these people, okay? Now, this person had a V6 Challenger, okay? And they had a misfire. So they wanted me to change the oxygen sensor on their car because they thought, well, someone had told them online that their car was misfiring because it had a bad O2 sensor. And I explained to this person that if they had a bad O2 sensor, they would have a bad O2 sensor code. I looked at the code and it had nothing to do with the O2 sensor. And that's another thing. I don't mind helping you. I don't mind helping anybody who asks me for help. Anybody asks me to help them fix their car, I don't mind helping you. But don't question, don't question me about what I think. And you don't know what the hell you're doing, but you want to question me because of what somebody else said. So why don't you let them fix your car then? Don't come to me. I'm a dumbass truck driver. Don't come to me. Anywho, found out the person didn't have a bad O2 sensor. The engine itself was bad. Now, let's talk about the most recent thing. Someone called me the other day. They got a Ford Fusion. They have an EVAP code. They never would tell me what the EVAP code was. They pretend they didn't know. But the dealership told them they needed to replace the EVAP canister. Okay. They wanted me to help them to replace the EVAP canister. I told them I wanted to know what the code was. Because I tried to explain to this person that people are sometimes wrong. People will sometimes tell you something is wrong with your car, tell you exactly what's wrong with your car when it's not the problem. Sometimes dealerships, here's a good example. My Tahoe was running rich on the right side. I took it to the dealership. They told me that my upper intake was cracked. Okay, the engine was running too rich and the upper intake was cracked. So now a stupid person would run out and buy upper intake. Listen to what I just said. Upper intake was cracked and it was causing the engine to run rich. That to me did not make sense because it was saying it would do the opposite. If the upper intake is cracked, it would have a vacuum leak and the engine would run too lean. You get what I'm saying now? So anyway, I ended up taking the upper intake off of the Tahoe and it ended up being a fuel pressure regulator that was leaking. That's what the problem was. But see, that's what I'm saying about, and what was the code that my Tahoe was having? The right side was running too rich. I don't remember the code, but that the right side was running too rich. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not working on your car until I know what the code is. Now, I told this person, they asked me would I help them fix this fuse, and I said, yeah. Bring it over my house. I would check it with my own code. They pretend like they could, they took it to AutoZone, they took it to Advance, and the people never gave them the code. This person gonna tell me, oh, the person at AutoZone gave me the part number. I'm like, I don't want the part number. I want the code. Oh, well, they didn't give me a code. And the thing is, I'm gonna tell you something. It pisses me off, but it also kind of funny, right? People think they can outsmart me. You know, they don't realize that I don't just mess with cars. I've been messing with cars for a long time, okay? You can't trick me into fixing your car. But a lot of people think, you know, this person is more than 10 years older than me. This person has been in the military. This person has been around the world. This person thought they could trick me into fixing their car. But I explained to them, I'm not going to work on your car until I check the code myself. But this person wanted me to just put on an evap canister. I'm not putting something on your car until I check the code. I'm not doing it. You know, I had another guy some years ago. He is no longer with us. He died, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. Anyway, this person had a Ford Fusion. Not Fusion. Focus. Ford Focus. And they wanted me to fix their car. They said the car was running bad. And I told them, I said, well, let me go home and get my computer. Oh, I already know what the code is. I need you to find out why the car running bad. Okay, let me go get my computer. Oh, if you got to use your computer, you don't know how to work on cars. I guess I don't. I never did touch the person's car. But you get people like that. You know, like I said, I will help you fix your car, but I'm not working on your car until I find out what the code is. And you try to explain to people, newer cars have a lot of computer stuff. They have a lot of sensors and stuff. And the purpose of checking the code, it gives you a point to look at. It's sort of kind of like if you got a big ass house and someone is trying to break into your big ass house, you don't just run to any damn window or door. You have to go to the door where the person is actually breaking in. Well, a code is like the same way. You know, here's a good example. Let me see a good example. Here's a good example. Somebody get a check engine light, and you don't know what the code is, but they want you to cut the check engine. They want you to fix the problem, but you might have a gas cap loose. It's not always that easy. You might have an oxygen sensor bad. You might have a freaking, I knew one lady had a Isuzu Rodeo. Her check engine light was on because she had a bad, fuel sending unit. You know, the fuel to tell you how much gas in your gas tank. It wouldn't pass emission because that was bad. But whatever, man. I mean, it just tripped me out. People try to trick me into fixing their car. I'm not touching your car until I know what's wrong with it. I'm not, and the thing is this same person that had the Fusion, they wanted me to fix the evap. Some years ago, they came to me, wanted me to put an oxygen sensor in their Escalade. And they didn't know, I don't think they knew which one was bad, but I told them, I said, I'm not replacing both oxygen sensors. I mean, I would replace the one that's bad, but I'm not touching the other one. And they said, well, I want both replaced. Well, go to somebody else because I'm only replace the one that's bad. And they go like, well, why can't you just do what I tell you to do? Because you replace the bad oxygen sensor, okay? But then you go messing with a good oxygen sensor. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna mess it up, but sometimes when you mess with the exhaust, you unscrew a damn oxygen sensor and all the damn threads that come out with it. That's what happened to my Trailblazer. I took the exhaust manifold off because it was cracked, so I had to swap the oxygen sensor. Well, guess what? I had to buy a new oxygen sensor. Why? Because the damn threads came out with the oxygen sensor. But anyway, that's the reason why I don't mess with the exhaust bolts unless I have to, because a lot of time they will break off. You know, but you know, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not touching your car until I know what's wrong with it. I'm not doing it. And if you don't like it, find somebody else. Simple as that. Dre, y'all have a good day.